How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video today. Man, I know I'm creating a lot of content, but I'm just like, why not, man? There's so much that I keep delaying on trying to put out. I'm like, what am I waiting for, really? So I'm just gonna start putting out these videos, man. If anybody finds them interesting, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to check out or want me to check out next, and you know, or give feedback on or whatever you guys want to see on the channel. Let me know. And but for this video, we're gonna be doing a very quick overview of how the Lil Mosey might have got the effect that they used in his music video. I can't remember, but it's a video with Gunna. I can't remember exactly the name of that song. I'm gonna do some research and find out here for you guys. Yeah, so it's Stuck in a Dream featuring Gunna. This is the name of the song. Very, very dope video, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and check it out. I'll put the link to the video in the description of this video, so that way you guys can go and, you know what I'm saying, peep game, yada yada yada. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys just a very quick breakdown of how there's this effect that was in the videos, like this ghost effect that I really liked. Yeah, I know I could have did something a lot more creative, but it's about the idea, you know what I'm saying? And in that way, you guys can take what I'm doing and kind of use it in your own, flip it, do what you want to do with it. Hopefully it inspires you to go out there and be creative. So let's get to it. All right, so the effect that I'm specifically talking about is this effect right here. So you can kind of see he's laying there and he has like a ghost figure on him in the same section. And there's a couple ways you could do this. The way I'm gonna do it, we'll see how it turns out exactly, because I didn't utilize green screen. But to do this properly and to really utilize green screen, you can, I don't know if this effect was an effect that was later, you know, like maybe like an afterthought or something, because you can kind of see with this specific shot, he has his legs and shit is like right there. I mean, his flip-flops are on the side over here, you know what I'm saying? And then the whatchamacallit, and then on the ghost body, he's wearing the actual flip-flop. So I don't know if that was like a last resort thing that they kind of, you know, thought to add. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I still think that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? But to really achieve this effect and, you know, not mess things up, or maybe to make it a lot easier for yourself, make sure you have your space that you're working with has a lot of room. As you can kind of see, there's space to work with. And that's because when your subject is moving around, you don't want anything in your scene to move. As you see with the example that I used, I was on this chair. You don't want the chair to be moving when you get up to switch positions. You don't want anything moving, because the only thing moving will be you, the green screened out subject. So for the example, what I should have did when I shot the video that I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to use for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and reshoot a better scene. So give me some time. Give me a few minutes here. All right, so I just went and recorded some scenes since I lost the first footage I was going to originally use to show you guys this video. But what you're going to do is, I did this all in one take. So when you're recording your scenes, you're going to have to make sure that first you're recording on a tripod, and make sure that your tripod is not moving, because that's really going to change the dynamic. If it moves, then the effect may not work properly, especially if you don't have a green screen. So this is going to be me kind of utilizing the green screen here, and I'll kind of show you guys what's going to happen here. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the section where I'm laying down. So I'll start from right there, and I'll cut that, slide it over. Make sure you guys can see my timeline here. And then what you're gonna do is basically come to the stopping point, because the first layer is basically gonna loop itself, right? So I'm gonna take this section that I've cut out right before I get up, okay? And I did these other examples to kind of show you guys what you can achieve. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna duplicate this bottom layer here. duplicate it a couple times, and then right here, right about here, when I get up and I stand over here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out as well. I did this to kind of show you guys what you can do with this effect. When you have the tripod stationary in one position, you could do a lot of different like camera effects and stuff like that. So basically, I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna find the next stopping point here. My computer's freezing up because I'm doing a bunch of things. So, okay, but right before I get up. And then I'm gonna cut that there. And then now what I'm gonna do is add, I'm using Premiere Pro, by the way. I'm gonna search for a crop effect. I'm gonna search for a crop effect right there. And I'm gonna drag the crop effect all the way to my layer, my clip here. Okay, I want you guys to see this whole thing. Okay, and then I'm gonna zoom in here real quick. Okay, and I'm gonna grab I'm gonna go into the effects tab. Okay, and then I'm going to take the crop section, the left, and I'm just gonna keep dragging it over until I don't see. And this is the reason why, as you can see here, this is the reason why you want to make sure that, you know, you're on a tripod, so that if you weren't on a tripod and you're not using green screen, this effect it just won't turn out right. So I'm gonna cut myself off right there, and I already see a problem. I already see a problem right there where my hand is at. That's gonna be a problem. But I'm gonna try taking it away from the bottom. Let me see if that changes anything. And it does, but it's not too much. I'm gonna add a feather in the bottom here. I'm gonna add some feathering to kind of, you know, lay off, so it's not so abrupt. You know what I'm saying? And then I see, I'm gonna kind of duplicate. I'm gonna duplicate this crop tool, and then I'm going to add a lasso tool here, or let me just do it here. And I'm going to inverse this effect, and let me reset these here real quick. I'm gonna put this crop tool above the first crop tool, and then I'm going to just take out. Let's see. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me. Trying to make the crop a little smaller so that way it doesn't affect the shoes. And this is extra stuff. Like, you don't have to do this. This is just something extra I'm adding to kind of show you guys what you can do with this effect. Okay, so now let me see. When you bring this back over, you can kind of see that he's back there, or you can kind of see that I'm right next to myself there. So basically, if you want to make this a little bit more smoother, because, you know, when you zoom in here, you can kind of see that there's some inconsistency slightly right there. You could just add like a feather, a mask feather. That should fix the problem, depending. There we go. Yep, that just kind of blends it. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if I could zoom in so you can really see. You see this right here? So basically, when you increase the feather, it kind of wipes it clean. So it's not there anymore. So that kind of fixes, oh, it looks like I'm right there. Okay. Now, this is where things get interesting. Okay. So basically, as you can see, now you have these two clips right here with each other. And this is basically kind of how you do that effect, except for you would have to ghost out your subject. So let's say if I wanted to ghost myself out right now, you know, so I would, for example, one of the basic ways you can do it, let's nest this all together. You can just add the, like if you try to decrease the opacity here, as you can see, as you decrease the opacity, I think, okay, it actually works better than I thought, because we shot this on a tripod, so there's no moving subjects. if you were not on a tripod, this would not work properly. Like, this would be a very dope music video effect if you just kind of, did something like this where it was like 100%, where every frame or something like that, every couple frames, you go out and you come back in, you go out, then you come back in. Like, if you were doing a music video, that might be a dope effect. You see what I'm saying? Like on some ghost shit. But that was not exactly how they did it. I'm just showing you what you could do. So to kind of showcase this effect better, what I've done right now is I brought over my green screen effect, and pretty much what I did for this, I'm going to duplicate it to kind of show you guys what's going on here. So I took off the crop here. So basically what I did was take the green screen layer. Again, this is all on the same channel, so I kind of took that, I placed it there, I sat on it, and kind of cropped out the section that I was going to use. Okay, and then I added the crop effect tool and kind of took out the sides, added the crop, and pretty much cropped out only the section that I plan on using. You know what I mean? The next thing to do is to add something called a nest tool. You hit OK, and then now you can add something called Ultra Key, and then find the green screen, go to aggressive, and again, when you add these different, there's so many different ones, like, right, you can add the Luma key, you can add Ultra Key. Right now the Ultra Key didn't work properly for me, so I'm just kind of going through different effects to kind of see which ones will give me a better selection. I'm trying to see what green makes more sense. This is probably the part that would take a lot more work to figure out, but once you figure it out, we'll move on to the next part. So as I was mentioning, sometimes you have to try out different key effects to see which one works for you. For me, for some reason, the preset that worked for me in Premiere Pro is the one that says non-red key. I went and I gave this a quick color grade, and then I just added this non-red key, and that kind of took out all the green that I didn't need anymore. So that's pretty much what it is there. Oh wow, this is interesting. So I can kind of do something like that if I wanted to. Wow, okay, that's interesting. But this is the one we're going for today. We're gonna keep it right there, and since we're gonna add an effect, it doesn't really have to be that perfect because he's gonna be a ghost in the scene. So for the smoothing, I'll put high, mask only. That's pretty dope. This is a way to do something, an effect like this, where it's kind of, your subject is like out of, this is how dope effects are figured out. I'm just now figuring out this. You could easily do this with this non-red key. I've never used this non-red key before. All right, so pretty much here's the final result of this product here. Basically what I did on this final green screen section, it might take a second to load just because it might be a bit slow due to the fact that I have my screen capturing me right now and other things going on. So basically, after I nested that clip with the red mask, with the non-red key, so I nested that one again, and then what I basically did on this section was mess with the opacity. So as you can see, I have my ghost layer on top of the layer where I want it to be, and since I shot it in green screen, I could pretty much put myself anywhere, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. But the beauty of it being, I can add a bunch of different things to really make this effect dope. And I'm gonna actually see if I can copy this onto, the layer of which I had my figure with my side person here, because if that works, then that answers a question that I was wondering. See, okay, so it kind of works, but not in the best way. So as you can see, if I didn't use green screen, this effect wouldn't turn out as good on this character to my right here, because there's just not, it's not properly done, right? So yeah, because I can't really adjust the opacity of this layer without affecting the background. So it just kind of looks like, you know, I mean, if this is what you want to go for, it works, I suppose. But to really make this effect dope, you somehow kind of utilize a green screen or blue screen or some way, shape or form. I'm thinking, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's got to be other ways of doing it. I'm you know, but maybe if we tried a different blend mode, that might make it better or worse, I don't know. But all you can really do is test out different things. You could do something like this, where you kind of blend with with your surroundings. You know what I mean? You could do something like this. Again, it's just about messing with the opacity. But let's get back to the effect at hand. So once you have your subject, your green screened layer, or whatever the case may be, what you can do now is, what I did was put my opacity at 19%, and then I had this effect. I had on the blend mode, I set it to divide. And that kind of gave it this. And, you know, there are so many ways, there's so many things you can do to make this effect go above and beyond. You know what I mean? Like, you can add like actual glow effects to make the character glow a little bit more. I don't have any of them installed on my current version right now. But like, if you, but you know, BBC Continuum, they make a bunch of glow effects. After Effects has a bunch of glow effects. I just don't want to, this video is already long enough. I don't want to make it longer than it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so you take that, I'm going to add an alpha glow. Let me see if that helps, just so you guys can kind of see what you can get, at least with what's inside After Effects. So you can kind of see it's giving it a bit of a glow on the side there. So I'm going to see if I can make the glow a little bit more, but increase the brightness of that glow. Render. Once this is done rendering, I'll show you guys the full effect here. All right, so as you can see here, when I play it back, kind of played it back this way so you guys can kind of see the effect. I mean, this is dope, but like, I would use a better glow than this one. So for this effect, for the sake of this video, I think I'm just gonna turn this effect off, the stock glow. It just didn't look as good, so I think this looks better without that extra stuff on the side. Yeah, so yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. It does kind of give it though its own unique separation if you really think about it. If I had a better glow effect, you know what I'm saying, it would have turned out a lot better. But for the sake of this video, you can kind of use these tools to achieve this type of effect. So yeah, man, this was pretty basic. I hope you learned something from this video. Without further ado, if there's any other like music video effects you guys kind of want to learn how to do, drop in the comments and I'll show you guys what I think and how it was kind of made. So without further ado, man, yeah, peace.